The fact is, the crown must win. Must always win.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 The Crown episodes.
Come on, it's like royalty.
Well, very funny.
Put on a show. The Crown doesn't do that.
Let's really give you a show, shall we?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable episodes from the first 4 seasons of this Netflix original historical drama. In case you're not caught up on the show, or real life, there will be spoilers. Did your favorite make the list? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Assassins. This season 1 episode explores Queen Elizabeth's controversial relationship with her friend Lord Porchy Porchester as tensions rise between her and her husband Philip.
But to everyone's regret and frustration, the only person I have ever loved is you. And can you honestly look me in the eye and say the same?
While that storyline is certainly juicy, the one that makes this episode so memorable focuses on Winston Churchill's final days as Prime Minister.
Instead of standing down, he is taking an encore.
It depicts his 80th birthday celebrations, which include a portrait being painted of him for the occasion.
If you see decay, it's because there's decay. If you see frailty, it's because there's frailty. I can't be blamed for what is.
Confronted with his own aging, he decides to step down to make room for a new head of the country. The episode includes some of actor John Lithgow's best work.
But it would be useless to pretend that either he or any of those successors who may one day follow him in office will ever, for me, be able to hold the place of my first Prime Minister.
Number 9, Dear Mrs. Kennedy. Any episode of The Crown where American viewers get to see their own country's historical figures depicted is an exciting one.
For goodness sake.
Come on, it's like royalty.
Well, very funny.
In Season 2, the Queen hosts John F. Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy at Buckingham Palace. Elizabeth is offended when she hears that the First Lady was bad-mouthing her behind her back.
But in our head of state, we had a middle-aged woman, so incurious, unintelligent, and unremarkable.
These petty concerns fall to the wayside later in the episode, however, when Elizabeth learns of JFK's assassination and a period of mourning falls upon the palace.
I would like the bell rung at Westminster Abbey.
Ma'am, custom dictates that the bell only be rung
When a member of the royal family dies. I know.
The ending where Elizabeth writes to Jackie to express her condolences is surely a memorable one. Number 8, The Balmoral Test. Fans of the show anxiously awaited the 4th season because it was set to cover Charles and Diana's relationship and marriage. The royal family is known to retreat to their home in Balmoral, Scotland for rest and relaxation, but the location is also used as a test of sorts to judge whether people meet their high standards.
I'm always mystified by those that don't feel at home at Balmoral. Some people just don't. They come and are bewildered by it, by the weather and traditions.
While Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher undoubtedly fails the test because she's ill-prepared for outdoor activities and doesn't thrive during game night,
Calling number 10. Ibble dibble with 6 dibble ibbles.
Diana has quite the opposite experience. She manages to pass the Balmoral test with flying colors, largely due to her role spotting the stag that the family had been stalking for days.
You let me know if I passed.
I'm sure you have.
Number 7, War. In the Season 4 finale, several storylines come to a head. We see Margaret Thatcher stepping down from her position as Prime Minister and having a surprisingly emotional encounter with the Queen. Isn't exactly to be expected between two famously stoic women.
What matters is your accomplishments. And nobody can deny that this is a very different country now to the one inherited by our first woman Prime Minister.
The drama of this episode, however, comes from Charles and Diana's marriage troubles.
Who are you referring to?
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her!
Charles is hell-bent on ending their relationship, but he gets a stern talking to from his mom, who basically tells him to get his act together and suck it up.
You will not separate or divorce or let the side down in any way. And if one day you expect to be king,
I do.
then might I suggest you start to behave like one.
We all know where this storyline is headed, but can't help but be on the edge of our seats regardless. Number 6. Tywysog Cymru. Season 3 saw a new set of cast members take over, with Olivia Colman at the show's helm. This episode, partway through the season, puts Charles in the central role as he heads to Wales to absorb the culture and learn the language of the region of which he is prince. This departure to focus on Elizabeth's heir makes viewers sympathize with someone who has long been a polarizing figure.
Mae gan Gymru ei hunaniaeth ei hun, ei hanian ei hun, ei hewyllis ei hun, ei llais ei hun.
We see him ingratiating himself to a Welsh nationalist and making a political statement in support of a movement that will surely anger his mother.
I have a voice.
Let me let you into a secret. No one wants to hear it.
Seeing a spark of personality in Charles is what makes this episode well worth a watch.
I live with bread like you. Feel want. Taste grief. Need friends. Subjected thus, how can you say to me, I am a king?
Number 5. Hyde Park Corner.
Well, then, let's not overcomplicate matters unnecessarily. My name is Elizabeth.
And long live Queen Elizabeth.
The series premiere of The Crown is somewhat dour, with King George VI ill and Elizabeth about to rise to power. It's the second episode, however, where the show stretches its legs and brings viewers on a tour of the Commonwealth with Elizabeth and Philip. This is the episode where the king succumbs to his illness and Elizabeth is crowned queen, meaning it's the beginning of her story as a monarch.
And while you mourn your father, you must also mourn someone else. Elizabeth Mountbatten. For she has now been replaced by another person, Elizabeth Regina.
We get to know the show's primary character a little better, with the creators providing insight into one of the world's most well-known living figures.
May well feel the thrill in invoking once more the prayer and the anthem. God, save the Queen.
Number 4. Terra Nullius. Charles and Diana's tempestuous relationship is at the center of The Crown's 4th season. And this episode, which focuses on the couple's tour of Australia, features a number of ups and downs.
I feel dizzy. I think I need to go and sit down.
Can't you pull yourself together?
The couple finally has it out about their troubled marriage and seems to come to a conclusion about how to fix it.
We both need the same as each other. To be encouraged. To be supported. To be appreciated.
To be loved.
Viewers get to see them experience some moments of genuine joy, playing with baby William in the outback and dancing up a storm.
Let's really give you a show, shall we?
But the attention paid to Diana by the public is a thorn in Charles's side that won't let up, even when things seem to be going well.
And thanks to you.
Thanks to me, people have shown up. Thanks to me, people are interested.
No, thanks to you, people are laughing in my face. Booing the heir to the throne. Booing the crown.
Number 3. Fagin.
The incident left royal commentators asking 2 questions. How on earth did he get in? And what did they talk about?
Most viewers understand that while The Crown is based on real events, certain liberties are taken with history to make it more compelling. One storyline that many may have believed to be fabricated was the one involving an intruder making his way into the Queen's bedroom.
Out! Get out!
I promise you have nothing to fear from me.
There is an armed policeman outside this door.
No, there isn't.
Hello?
In fact, however, Michael Fagan really did manage to break into Buckingham Palace in 1982. While the conversation we see between them is largely a fabrication, it provides an answer to the question that many have had for years. What in the world did those two talk about?
You're my last resort. Someone who can actually do something.
What is it you'd like me to do?
Save us all from her.
Who?
Thatcher. She's destroying the country.
Number 2, Aberfan.
Why would I go?
What a question.
The Crown visits hospitals, Martin, not the scenes of accidents.
While every episode of The Crown focuses on the royal family, some focus more on their personal tribulations, while others explore a major event in British history.
Sir.
Jesus Christ.
Sir?
Under the desk, all of you, quickly!
Aberfan is one of the latter category, showing the tragic events of the Aberfan disaster. Many current viewers may not be familiar with this particularly dark moment of Elizabeth's reign, so it's certainly an eye-opening sequence.
The scandalous lack of care and interest, one can only assume it is that, by our head of state, is symptomatic of a lack of care from the traditional establishment, not just for the people of Wales, but for the whole working class.
She doesn't act quickly enough to show her support for the victims of the tragedy, causing her subjects to question what kind of sovereign they have. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Vergangenheit. The abdication of King Edward VIII is what ultimately made Elizabeth Queen of England. And while he isn't a primary character in the show's second season, this episode deals with one of the most shocking occurrences in British history.
A plan to reinstate the Duke of Windsor as King of England, effectively betraying and dethroning your dear late father in return for German forces being given free rein across Europe.
Edward wants to rejoin royal life after being absent for a long period of time, but information comes out about his ties to Germany's Nazi Party.
In these papers, you're quoted as saying that the Führer's desire for peace was in complete agreement with your own point of view.
Elizabeth is torn between her religious beliefs, which encourage her to forgive mistakes of the past, and her role as a monarch who wants the best for her country.
There is no possibility of my forgiving you. The question is, how on earth can you forgive yourself?
It's a tense and dramatic episode that will surely go down as one of the best of all time.
The solution for being unable to forgive. One asks for forgiveness oneself, humbly and sincerely, and one prays for those that one cannot forgive.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.